Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Pollock, and I'm the Customer Marketing Coordinator for SWK Technologies. I'd like to welcome you to our webinar, Effortless Sage ERP Upgrades, Embrace the Power and Flexibility of Cloud Hosting. So before we get started, there's just a few housekeeping items I want to go over. Everyone has been placed on mute to keep the background noise to a minimum. However, we encourage you to ask any questions you have throughout the webinar. If you'd like to submit a question, look for the Q&A section of your GoToWebinar, and we're going to answer all those questions at the end of the presentation. We're also recording this presentation, and it will be sent out tomorrow to all attendees as well as those who registered but were unable to attend. So look for it in your inbox around tomorrow afternoon. And then finally, we'd appreciate your participation in our closing poll and survey. And we're thrilled that you've taken some time out of your busy day to be with us on this session. SWK is here to help you fulfill your vision of a smarter and easier way to run your business by providing tools, support, software, and industry knowledge whenever you need it. So we're all here to learn, and we'd like to encourage you to ask any of those questions that you have. And as a quick reminder, we want to tell everyone that SWK is constantly sharing important information and updates and software tips and tricks on our social media channels. Check us out and give us a follow on LinkedIn, Twitter, X, Facebook, and YouTube so you don't miss out. Okay, that's enough from me. I'm going to hand it over to David Monroe for the main event.
Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. How you doing, everybody? My name is Dave Monroe, and I'm a technical account manager here at SWK. In my role as a technical account manager, I guide my clients through complex infrastructure, cybersecurity, licensing, and line of business application challenges. Quick note on our agenda for today. I'm going to go over the benefits of the cloud, navigating the transition from on-premises to cloud hosting, previewing and testing Sage prior to production deployments, why the cloud is the optimal place for Sage, stress-free upgrades and transition to the cloud, and then finally finish it off with a recap and some key takeaways. Quick overview of on SWK Technologies. We're a nationally recognized MSP and solutions provider in North America and have nationwide coverage, leveraging over 170 employees to delight our customers and enable success. And now let's get into the presentation. I'd like to begin today by discussing some key benefits of transitioning your Sage instance from on-premise to the cloud. What are some of the key benefits of migrating your Sage ERP system to SWK's cloud? SWK deploys, manages, maintains, secures, and updates our cloud infrastructure. Taking advantage of an infrastructure that's already in place means no large upfront costs for hardware. Additionally, you'll no longer require the in-house means or skill set to deploy, secure, and maintain that infrastructure. SWK includes all of that in your cloud subscription. The cloud enables faster scalability. With a cloud-based system, scaling resources up or down to meet business demands becomes effortless. This flexibility ensures that your system can grow with your business, adapting quickly to changes in demand. This allows you to scale up resources during peak times and then reduce those resources when demand is no longer there. It also eliminates a need to try to predict what the next 3 to 5 years is going to look like from a resource perspective when building out a new on-premise server. Built-in security is another significant advantage. SWK implements robust security measures, including data encryption, multi-factor authentication, and continuous monitoring. These advanced security protocols protect your sensitive business data far more effectively than most on-premise solutions can. The transition to the cloud can reduce operational expenses. By adopting a cloud-based model, you avoid large upfront costs for hardware. Additionally, maintenance, updates, and support costs are included, relieving the rest of your team from those burdens and allowing them to focus on strategic initiatives. So transitioning from an on-premise setup to a cloud-based environment with Sage is a significant step, and careful planning and execution are key to ensuring a smooth migration. Let's walk through some of these critical steps involved in navigating this transition. Assessment and planning. So conducting a thorough assessment of your current system is essential. This involves understanding your existing infrastructure, identifying dependencies, and evaluating any customizations or integrations. With this information, you can create a detailed migration plan that outlines the necessary timelines, resources, and steps involved. This plan will serve as your roadmap, ensuring that nothing is left overlooked. Assess your current infrastructure. So make sure that you have a plan to retire or retain your existing Sage application servers. If you're going to retire those servers, make sure they are not being used for any other purpose prior to removing them from your network. Once removed, have a plan to securely decommission and dispose of those servers. If choosing to retain or repurpose these servers, your Sage application servers, make sure to double down on security and data integrity measures. Too often I see instances where left behind servers or other infrastructure are neglected. This leaves room for possible vulnerabilities or cyber attacks. Data migration. Ensuring data integrity is crucial. The process should be structured, involving validation checks at every stage to avoid data loss or corruption. It's also advisable to perform a trial run to identify any potential issues before the actual migration. In fact, in a few slides, I will speak more on how SWK can provision a test environment to overcome those challenges. Customization and integrations. Make sure to review all customization and integrations to ensure they are compatible with the new cloud environment. This might involve updating or reconfiguring certain elements to work seamlessly in the cloud. It's also important to test these thoroughly to avoid any disruption to your business process. Of course, if you have any questions during this review process, SWK employs highly skilled Sage consultants and a vast network of partners we can leverage to get you the answer that you need when it comes to your customizations and integrations. Training and support. Transitioning to a cloud-based system means that your users will need to be trained on the new environment. While the core application will not change that much, aside from any enhancements that are come about from the software upgrade, the way your employees access Sage will change. SWK can work with you to provide comprehensive training to ensure you are comfortable with the new system. Additionally, SWK offers ongoing support to address any issues or concerns that may arise during this transition period. Monitoring and optimization is essential once the migration is complete. SWK provisions or spins up a new Sage application servers daily. Our team is fully abreast of Sage's best practices and resource requirements. We track key performance indicators and make necessary adjustments to optimize performance and efficiency. Next, what are some testing benefits you will see as a result of hosting Sage in the cloud? First, you will be able to test for data accuracy. Data accuracy is paramount in Sage systems. Cloud test environments offer a controlled setting to validate data accuracy during migrations, updates, or customizations. With a test environment, you can simulate real-world scenarios in the cloud to identify and rectify any discrepancies or anomalies in data sets. You will also be able to test performance. Performance testing is essential to ensure Sage systems can handle the workload efficiently without compromising speed or responsiveness. Cloud test environments enable you to simulate varying workloads and stress conditions to assess system performance under different scenarios. You will also be able to test customizations and integrations. Sage systems often require customizations and integrations to align with your unique business processes and workflows. One of the major advantages of hosting Sage in the cloud is you're able to validate these customizations and integrations, ensuring seamless interoperability with other systems and applications, all before deploying in a production setting. User training. End user training is very important. So cloud test environments provide a safe and controlled environment for conducting new user training sessions, allowing users to familiarize themselves with new features and functionalities. You will be able to test backup and recovery procedures as well. So cloud test environments facilitate comprehensive testing and backup recovery procedures. So what are some of the direct benefits you will see from testing Sage in SWK's cloud? So some benefits you'll see immediately. Scalability. So you pay for what you need for now, not what you will potentially need later, right? So you're able to adjust your user base up or down depending on the demands of that time. And that can change from week to week, month to month, day to day. Those needs can change. So being able to scale up or down depending on those needs will definitely be very cost effective. Leading into my next point, cost efficiency. You'll get a predictable monthly cost, making it easier to budget. Remote work enabled. So hosting Sage in the cloud provides enhanced accessibility. Users can access Sage from anywhere with an internet connection and remote desktop software, enabling remote work and improving flexibility. You're able to identify and fix issues early. Testing in a cloud dev environment allows for early detection of issues, ensuring they are addressed before deployment. This can prevent costly downtime and service disruptions post-deployment. And SWK is proud to boast a 99.9% uptime. Our cloud environment is, like I just said, has a 99.9% uptime, and this is amongst the best in the business. Next, I would like to go over a quick guide of sorts to a stress-free upgrade and cloud transition. So you want to start with assessment and planning. Begin by conducting a comprehensive assessment of your current Sage system, including hardware, software, and data. Engage with SWK Sage consultants. So collaborate early on with your Sage consultant to leverage their expertise and guidance throughout the upgrade process. Seek SWK's advice on best practices, potential challenges, and optimization opportunities specific to your Sage environment. Data preparation. Work with SWK to prepare your data for the upgrade by cleaning, consolidating, and validating it to ensure accuracy and integrity. Also, make sure to back up your data to prevent any loss or corruption during the upgrade process. One way this can be accomplished is by maintaining an on-prem server through the cloud migration process and for a short period of time afterwards. Testing and validation. Have a test environment set up to validate the upgrade before deploying it to a production environment. Conduct thorough testing, including functionality, performance, and user acceptance training to identify and address any issues or discrepancies. Make sure to schedule your upgrade and migration with SWK. So coordinate with us to schedule the time to schedule the upgrade and migration to minimize the disruption to your business operations, right? So it's post-upgrade and migration support. Continue to collaborate with your consultants with us for any additional support or optimization needs post-upgrade and the post-cloud transition. Continuous improvement. Perhaps one of the most important steps and most important aspects that could be overlooked. Gather feedback from users and stakeholders, the people that are actually using the system, to identify areas for improvement and optimization. And then work with SWK to implement these enhancements and updates to further optimize your Sage environment. Following this rough blueprint or guide will not only greatly enhance your upgrade and cloud migration experience, but will also streamline your business operations for the years to come. As far as new content, that's what I have for you today. Next, I just want to take a moment to recap some important points. So transitioning to SWK's cloud offers no upfront hardware costs and comes with built-in security. It allows for faster scalability and includes infrastructure maintenance and updates. Spinning up a test environment is crucial for data accuracy, data validation, performance testing, custom and integration testing, user training, and then backup and recovery testing as well. Make sure to engage with SWK consultants. We can advise on data preparation, testing, and validation, scheduling upgrades, and post-migration support. So we kind of handle that entire life cycle from initial thought all the way through post-migration support. Post-transition, it's important to gather feedback from end users for continuous improvement. Make sure to work with us at SWK for further optimization based on the feedback that you receive from your end users. Very, very important step there. So SWK is available to provide a helping hand if needed. We have an IT consulting and services division that can help you with any problems or requests to improve performance and security and provide any of the services that you see here in this slide. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. As for a special offer to registrants of this webinar, we are offering 1 month of free hosting when you schedule your upgrade. Make sure to contact info@swktech.com to schedule and mention this webinar or respond to the upcoming poll. Okay, next, I'm going to kick it back over to Courtney and for polls, questions, Q&A.
Yes, thank you, David. So we're just going to launch a quick poll asking, the same question here on the screen. So just, do you want some more information? So Short and sweet today, some good details, but there's always more to discuss on an individual basis. So before we dive into the Q&A, and I've seen some great questions come in, so thank you to the audience. We have, an expert here to answer all those questions, but, would you like to discuss that free hosting with an upgrade? Do you want to learn more about SWK's managed cloud services? Is this a busy time for your business, and do you just want to wait another 3 months and then have us reach out? And in the meantime, I'm going to leave this open for just a few more moments. If you haven't had a chance to get your question in, look for the Q&A section of your GoToWebinar, and we'll get those answered in just a moment. Like I said, we've got the expert here, so we can dive much deeper into the details. Okay, last second, I'm going to close this poll out. Okay, great. And David, are you ready for some Q&A?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So the first question I have for you is, can we test upgrading in the cloud and then decide whether to keep it on-premise or in the cloud?
Sure, absolutely. So the beauty of testing in the cloud is that you can scale up or down depending on your need. If there's no longer a need, the service can be turned down and the subscription canceled. It really is as simple as that. We can typically within 30 days, right, have that turned down. So yeah, absolutely.
That's great. That sounds really good for people that are a little bit more tentative about this whole cloud environment.
Yep.
Our next question is, how many users can access the cloud test environment?
So for application hosting, so there's two different kinds of hosting we have. We have infrastructure hosting, and then we have application hosting. We're talking about application hosting today, and I have seen upwards of 100 users for application hosting. If the number gets too high where there's a performance hit maybe to that server, we can always quickly spin up a second application server to share the workload.
Okay, great. Our next question from the audience is, we heavily use UDTs and UDFs. Are we able to create these on our own, or do we need to go through SWK or Sage?
I would definitely consult with an SWK Sage consultant on those kinds of specifics. They're the ones that are in in Sage and know it in and out, left and right. So we can definitely put you in contact with a Sage consultant to answer that question.
Yes, definitely. So if that was your question, we'll have someone follow up, and between the expertise of our MCS team and the Sage team, find the setup that works best for you. And then another question I have, potentially our last, unless we have some other audience submissions, but will it cost more to host our Sage 100 instead of keeping it on premise?
So the upfront cost savings are obviously significant. You don't have to put out significant dollars for a new on-premise server and the security measures to kind of lock it down. Also, additionally, over time, if you consider hardware life cycle, soft costs like cooling, electricity, etc., staff to maintain the hardware, cybersecurity measures, antivirus, monitoring, all those things, you kind of take all of that into account. It is definitely more cost effective to host in the cloud than to keep on-prem hardware.
Okay. And I do have another question that came in, and I'm going to go ahead and preface this one that it might require a one-to-one conversation, but just to get it out there, this customer is currently on BusinessWorks Desktop. They want to know, what is the next step to upgrade towards cloud-based software.
Definitely want to get you in touch with a customer account manager here at SWK to facilitate that process. There's a process in place. Just need to get in touch with the right people. So absolutely, hang tight on that one. We'll get your contact information. We'll have somebody reach out very shortly with that for you.
Yes, and to add to that, the reason it's not just a straightforward answer is there's multiple options and multiple steps to being more cloud-based. So we'll get you in contact with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. We just need to ask more probing questions, right? Just kind of have like a 5-10 minute conversation just to kind of ask more specifics, because depending on those answers to our questions, it can go, one of a few different ways. So we just want to make sure we get you the right information.
Definitely. Thank you everyone out there for sending in these great questions. So the other question is, do you have to be on a certain version of Sage 100 before migrating to the cloud?
Before migrating, so I'm not a Sage consultant, but I have enough experience with this to kind of answer it. So before migrating, before migrating to the cloud, so typically, if we are doing a migration, we will put the fresh instance of Sage on the new spun up server and then migrate the existing data um, over to the cloud environment from your on-prem. So there is no need to do the not a need, but it's preferred to have that upgraded Sage instance in the cloud, and we would migrate your software off of the on-prem server into the cloud.
Yeah, and if, like the title of the webinar says, the cloud can really, being on a cloud instead of on-prem can really make those upgrades easier and easier to stay on a more current version. So if
Yeah.
you're worried about your current version, we'll definitely have someone let us know in the follow-up survey if you have not already in the poll, and we'll definitely have someone follow up with the details of that. Okay, I think, I'm going to give it a couple seconds because we've had some more submissions come in, but I think that might be our last question. And if that is, I think we're looking good. So if you think of a question after the webinar, definitely let us know. Reach out to your SWK account manager, reach out to us at info@swktech.com or webinars@swktech.com, and we'll make sure to connect you with the right people. With that, I'd like to say thank you all for taking some time out of your busy days to be with us on this session. We hope you found it informative, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes,
And
thank you,
thank you,
everybody.
David.
Thank you.